Hello YouTube, hello guys, you're welcome to another exciting day. You're welcome to my channel, you're welcome to YJ Digital World. I remain your host Abu Joseph. So guys, on this video I'll be walking you through on how you can create a simple party flyer design for a female party event. So one of the main focus of this tutorial has to do with simplicity in your design and how to create a good design layout for your project. So without further ado, let's dive into the design phase. So in order for me to create this design, I have to create a new Canva workspace on which I'll be designing on. So I'll click on new file over here on my Photoshop, and over here we'll have the new document panel. We'll be creating this using the Instagram portrait frame size, which I'll be setting my unit in pixels, and my measurements will be set on 1080 by 1350. Resolution will be set on 300, color mode remains on RGB, and I'll hit on the create button. Over here I'll have the Canva workspace on which I'll be designing on. The first thing I would like to do here is to drag in the resource files I'll be using for this project. So over here guys, here are the exercise files I'll be using in creating this design. Do well to check the video description. You'll find the link to the exercise files in the video description. So in the first phase of creating this design, I'll be making use of this image to fill up my background. Okay, this design is basically for a female party event, so I would like to first right click on the image and convert it to a smart object. By doing so, it enables me to maintain the image quality whenever I scale it up or scale it down. Okay, so I hit Ctrl T to transform, hold Alt and scale out like this. I move this way, scaling this up like this is okay, and I'll click on the check button. So next thing I would like to do here is to actually add depth to this image. So I'll slide over to filter all the way to the camera raw filter. So over here on the camera raw filter, I would like to enable the before and after so that I have a good preview of what I'm actually doing over here. On the camera raw filter, I'll start by working on the basics. So on the basics here, my main focus here is more on the textures. Okay, enhance the texture of the image, likewise the clarity, and a little bit on the exposures, the contrast as well, and likewise the highlights. So this is more of an eyeballing situation. There are no actual rules governing this. You let your eyes to actually guide you to know when you are over applying a particular adjustment on your image. Okay, so moving further, I'll slide over to details as well and boost up the noise reduction, likewise the sharpness of the image. I'll boost it up this way, and this is the before and this is the after. So after I'm done with this, I would like to click on the OK button. So this is how the image is looking like so far. Next thing I would like to do here is to actually create a new layer. Okay, I'll select this layer of the lady, click on new layer over here, come over here and change this to a feel of black like this. Okay, after I'm done, I'll click on the OK. Here's the hex code for the color to be precise. Click on OK. Select this tool over here called the gradient tool. The keyboard shortcut is G on the keyboard. So I'll come over here and select this under the gradient over here. So after I'm done selecting this, set this on linear to be precise, opacity set on 100, and the mode should be set on normal. So I'll come over here, left click and drag out like this to apply this on it. So I'll hit Ctrl T to transform the layer and scale this up furthermore to add more gradient range on the image. Okay, so after I'm done, I'll move to the other phase, which has to do with playing with this image over here. So I'll select the image and change the blending mode to screen, Ctrl T and place it around somewhere here like this into the Canva. Okay, is okay like this. So I'll hit Ctrl J to make a duplicate, Ctrl T to transform it out and rotate the angle, place it in this way into your Canva. Ctrl J once more, Ctrl T to transform it out, rotate the angle, and fill up this other end like this as well, and we are good to go. So moving on in this design, the next thing I would like to actually do here is to select this set of layers I've worked with so far, holding shift, okay, and select the lady image over here. Hit Ctrl G to group and rename the file, rename the group by calling this BG, which actually stands for the background. So moving on, I would like to also place this other set of image over here, which is this, okay. Hit Ctrl T, scale it down like this, okay, and place it along somewhere here like this. So after you're done with that, you hit the check button. So I'll come to filter over here, blur, and apply the motion blur effects to this. I think this radius is actually good enough. I'll click on the OK button. So I'll make a duplicate of the speaker icon by hitting Ctrl J, Ctrl T, right click on the image and flip it horizontally. Scale this down furthermore like this and place it into your Canva, scaling it down, place it into your Canva like this as well. So you still scale it down and place it like this. Okay, that is in terms of that. So moving on, I would like to also select the two layers of the speaker and group them together, rename it to with the name speaker. That is in terms of that, and come to the adjustment and apply the hues and saturation to this. Click on the clip marks so that the effect will be only on these two speaker image. For the hues, I would like to scale this to this and play with the saturation to around this like this. Okay, so moving on as well, I also like to change the fill color of the glasses. So I'll select the quick selection tool. Okay, here is your quick selection tool. The keyboard shortcut is W on the keyboard. So I'll come over here where I have the lady image in this group called BG, and I'd like to select the frames of the glasses. Okay, that's my main focus over here. So I'll select the diverse part of the glass frames. Okay, okay, so after I'm done selecting the various parts of the glass frames, I'll move forward by coming to after I'm done selecting the diverse part of the glasses, I'll come to over here on the adjustment and I apply the hues and saturation. Okay, on that, and for this I would like to sample the color from here to be precise. Okay, sample the color over here and play with the hue and see what actually happens. Okay, can boost up this like this as well. I think this is actually okay like this. So moving on, I'll close the groups, okay, and proceed. So moving on in this design, I would like to also create in a guide for my design. So in order for me to enable the guides, I'll come to view all the way to guide and enable the new guides layouts. Okay, click on the check button to be precise. So over here I would like to create a rectangle by selecting U on the keyboard to create a rectangle of this dimension like this. Okay, so over here on the property panel, please, if you don't have your property panel here, you can enable it on the windows and click on the properties. So on the property panel here, I would like to click on this to break the the 4 edges to unlink it and work on each part individually. Okay, so I'll set this on 44 pixels, set this other end on about 44 pixels as well. So moving on, I would like to also change the feel of this. So I'll be making use of this color. Here is hex code for the color. Okay, here is hex code for the color. And moving on as well, I would like to also create a duplicate of that layer by hitting Ctrl J. Take the duplicated layer beneath and change the fill color to this as well. Okay, and here is the hex code for the color as well for this. So for this one at the top here, I would like to change its blending mode to overlay, while for this I would like to change its blending mode to divide. I think divide will work perfectly well. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me set this on soft light. Okay, that is in terms of that. Moving on as well, I would like to select both layers, come back to the shape tool and turn off the stroke. I don't need stroke enabled. Okay, so I'll hit Ctrl J to make a duplicate and take the newly duplicated copy and place it along somewhere here like this. Okay, for this I would like to change its blending mode for this to overlay, while for the yellow one beneath it I would like to change it to something around this way will actually look good. So I'll select these 2 layers on this end here and group them. Okay, I've grouped this, so I'll select this as well, hit Ctrl G to group it as well. So I'll call this policy, while for this I'll call this date and time. This is where I'll be placing in my date. So I'm trying to organize